What is up, guys? How we doing? How we doing? So yesterday my video wasn't very well received. I didn't think it would be. I mean, it's Facebook. We're talking about Facebook here. Nobody cares. But I did make a comment in the video that I knew people would get mad at. So we're here to double down today. We're going to talk about OnlyFans and sexism. Your favorite. All right, let's get started. So yesterday in my video, I was talking about how on Facebook they introduced a new dating uh a new dating part, I guess, like Tinder, right? And I got suggested a woman whose profile picture was her butthole. It was her wearing a thong and a close up into her ass. That there wasn't even a single picture of her face. It was her butt, a picture of her tits with tape across it, and her vagina basically hanging out. And her bio was favorite holidays 420 and talking about how she has 4 kids that she doesn't have custody of, and then a whole paragraph of an instruction manual on how to message her, how to talk to her. Do not hit on her. Do not comment about her looks, even though the only information that you've given me that you care about is your looks. And do not say, hi, how are you? Do not ask how I am. Basically, just you need to come up with the wittiest of witty icebreakers, and then maybe I'll give you a chance. And well, I said if you're like that, you should maybe take a second to I don't know, consider maybe who the problem is and why you're on a Facebook dating app. I'm gonna blow your mind here, but believe it or not, the fatter your ass is and the bigger your tits are doesn't really matter. I don't know if you know this, but every woman has an ass. So that's all you have to bring to the table. How is that progress exactly? Can you explain it to me like I'm two? How valuing your self worth based off how many dudes jerk it to your nudes is any better than a fucking guy on the Fresh and Fit podcast bragging about fucking 1,000 women? But wait a minute, we actually celebrate an OnlyFans model getting plowed by 1,000 dudes in one day and say, get it, girl. Isn't that something? You will forever just be known for that. Congratulations. A true fucking hero. At the end of the day, whether you're a man or you're a woman and you're bragging about your body count in your mid 30s, you're probably insecure. And 1 in 4. That's all I have to say. I have watched OnlyFans models literally argue that women that are getting a job and being independent are selling their bodies to the government, basically spitting on women that are trying to make it in life without being a sexual object. I have watched women sit here and say that they don't mind dragging other women down. I have watched women argue with women that, nope, OnlyFans is actually progressive for women because you're taking control. See, guys are going to sexualize you anyway, so you might as well profit off of it. And while you're right, you, OnlyFans wouldn't be so goddamn popular if there wasn't such a big market out there. That doesn't mean that you're not perpetuating the fucking problem. I think the biggest bit of irony is that OnlyFans is owned by a guy. So imagine that. Hell, where there's porn, where there's OnlyFans, you have sexual trafficking. There's women being forced to be on OnlyFans and then having their fucking pay cut. I guess we won't talk about that either. Ironically, you call people like me misogynistic, but the very people that buy your pictures are guys that are creepy, that have virtual girlfriends, that literally are misogynistic douchebags, but you don't care about that as long as it pays your fucking bills. Okay? Cool. Yeah, you definitely care about the problem and the cause. You know, my ex wife, her sister was on OnlyFans. Fun fact, she was on her fifth husband, believed in polygamy, so she had a boyfriend too, and she used the money that she made from OnlyFans to buy meth. The only other OnlyFans model that I've talked to literally compared herself to a farmer's market. I don't think you can get much lower than that. She literally said that, sorry, I'm chewing an apple. She literally said that if you Google tits instead of buying from an OnlyFans model, that you're an incel and that you should support your local farmers market. So then I challenged her on that, and she said that, getting a normal job, that the women that are getting a normal job are stupid because they're selling their body to the government, and it's no different than doing OnlyFans. So I don't think it gets much lower than that, spitting on women that are trying and then pretending to care about sexism as you perpetuate this issue. And then a guy came in, of course, and was like, I can't wait to see your shit. Oh, fuck this guy. He's stupid. Yeah, incel. God, I can't wait. I'm literally look like I'm made out of an Alabama meth lab and the epitome of a misogynistic douchebag, but okay. Did. The other OnlyFans model that I've talked to hit me up to literally ask if I wanted to buy her OnlyFans. She was sweet about it, wasn't forceful about it, but I just said no thank you. And the only reason I bring that up is because she was beautiful. We were actually friends back in school. Basically every hot girl that I went to high school with is an OnlyFans model now. So that's great. The girls that copied off the girls that tried in high school are now OnlyFans models trying to, once again, spit on the progress that women that actually care and try to further progress, they try to just take all the credit. It seems to me like you only seem to care about sexism whenever it doesn't benefit you. And that is sad. That is fucking sad. And to the men out there, I'm sorry that you think that you're a white knight because you support it. I'm sorry that whenever you come to defend Jules Arie using a fucking loophole to be sexually explicit to 15-year-olds, that you think that you're a white knight that cares about women. You're not. I can promise you that. Arguing for women, literally targeting the younger demographic to intentionally make a whole new generation of men just view women as an object because hey, more money in your pockets. Yep, that's all. That's progress. You care about what you get to look at. That's all. You don't give a shit about women. You don't give a shit about the fact that the new generation is being taught to A, treat women like shit, and B, to treat yourselves like shit and just fuck it. Just do OnlyFans, strip, do whatever because your looks are the only things that matter in this world. Does that sound familiar? Does that sound like you're not perpetuating the very problem that you pretend to care about? That looks are the only thing that matters. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still get that ring, but I don't know what a fucking uvula is called. I fucked my way to the top, and the fatter ass I have, and the better I suck a dick, the more important and valuable I am, but, that's not, that's progress. But now let me take a moment to take a shot at the men too, because you're the core of the problem and why it started in the first place. I mean, 100 years ago, you could own your wife. So, I mean, we're the entire reason why women feel like they have to fit these beauty standards or have a bigger ass to be a more valuable woman in the first place. I mean, you guys are always going crazy about Sydney Sweeney, the most basic looking woman of all time. Because why? Oh, she's a real woman because she got naked on film that one day. Yep, that's great. Okay, now is everyone mad? Great. I see it happening. You are literally creating more men that are just misogynistic assholes. So give yourself a pat on the back for that one. Um, but whatever you got to do to cope, cope because you are. You are sacrificing progress for money. That woman that's 10 times prettier than you, that busts her ass, that could strip, that doesn't, uh, literally has 40 messages in her fucking inbox saying, hey, can I have your OnlyFans? Because of women like you. Hot tub streamers. I mean, every thumbnail on a short is an ass. And even though it has like a millisecond, it's barely in frame in the fucking video, every goddamn hot tub streamer is over here, has no personality, just sits there looking for any loophole to be naked for 3 hours to an audience of creeps. And then, wow, whenever a guy ends up being a little bit too creepy, well, that's a shocker. Like, go ahead and take my words and spin what I just said. No, no woman deserves any type of shitty treatment, but I'm not shocked that a guy that is sitting here giving you thousands of dollars because you're flirting with them ended up being a fucking creep. You need to take a little bit of responsibility there and realize that you perpetuated that problem. Whenever you're saying kiss or slap in your street interviews, allowing a stranger to grope you, how do you think that stranger is going to go on and treat the next woman? Whenever you're taking $10,000 from that fucking weird incel, how do you think that weird incel is going to go and treat the next woman? You don't care as long as you make yours. The reality is, a man can care about misogyny more than a woman. That is possible, believe it or not. I do have a daughter. I do think about literally what women go through every fucking day and what she's going to have to grow up with. And because of the likes of Andrew Tate and Andrew Tate clones and the Fresh and Fit podcast teaching guys how to disrespect women, and because of the likes of OnlyFans models that are teaching women how to absolutely not be, to value everything other than themselves, just your tits and ass and your looks. That's it. Don't worry about, learning life skills or going to college or anything like that. Just coast, baby. And then whenever you're 40, settle down with a golden god that's 7 foot tall with a foot long penis and a sizable wallet because you deserve that. Human beings deserve other human beings. Or maybe you realize you're an r slash nice girl and be on your fucking way. Like, I don't get it. You sit here and you make the problem of sexualization of women worse. The more porn equals the more dehumanization of women, and then you turn around and act like you care. You don't. You're the same ones that lie about sexual harassment. You're the same ones that lie about sexual assault. You're the same ones that fucking literally will throw a woman off of a cliff if it means you get to make a buck today because you would rather do anything but work. And you have your kids taken away and don't give a fuck. Like, there's two outcomes that OnlyFans has. Either you're not going to make that much money, but you might make enough to pay your rent, or you make millions of dollars and become a narcissistic asshole. Not with high self esteem. Let's not get that confused. You can be a narcissist with terrible self worth issues. Narcissism is just being all about yourself, being a self absorbed asshole that cares about yourself more than your own fucking kids. That's what narcissism is. If you succeed, the chances are you're going to become narcissistic and full of yourself because your self worth derives from being fuckable, progress. And then whenever your picks stop selling, you're probably going to become depressed and go look at Go Girl. That's the exact goddamn story. I was in college, but then I abandoned that to be a model, and then blah fucking blah. Now nobody cares about me, and I'll do anything for attention from anybody else because I am not fucking content within. The sexualization of women and how they're harassed and treated is shitty, and I want a better world for my daughter to grow up in. There's embracing your sexuality and wearing a revealing outfit, and there's wearing a thong out in public. Stop pretending like the two are the same. Okay, bye.